If you struggle to know when it's time to break up with someone, take a walk with me. The first sign is that you're searching for videos like this one. You already know deep down or suspect that it's time to move on. And for many of you, you'll say things like, well, it's been 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, it's been a year, I just don't want to start over again. So you're going to double down on something that's already not working for you. Cool, 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 cool. And what's interesting is there's a part of you that's in competition mode and you have this strong desire to win. You feel like love is something that you have to fight for. You may even be somebody that actively pushes it away even though you desire it the most, just to see if the other person will fight for it. I love the toxicity. That is my kind of broken. Just kidding. That's horrible. It's not fun, and you'll waste years of your life with somebody going through that cycle. This is a great opportunity to slow things down a little bit, as you may already find yourself filled with resentment and contempt, which can lead you to start criticizing your partner for every little thing they do. Remember that video with John and Kate? Can you breathe a little softer, honey? Clearly, they had hit the point of no return. That's why it's important for you to take the time to author your story of this relationship. Grab a notebook and a pen and start writing these things down. Start at the beginning of the relationship and ask yourself, well, where did we meet? How quickly did the relationship move in the beginning? Did you find yourself very quickly saying things like, this person is amazing, they're my type? And of course, the next question is, how has your type served you in the past? Are there any similarities to any of your other past relationships? Has this become a pattern? Do you find yourself saying things like, they're a 10 out of 10, but wherever there's a but, that's going to be the reason you break up in the future, unless you acknowledge it very early on and work your way through it? Were there any red flags in the beginning that you ignored? Did you find that there was so much chemistry that it just felt electric? And then 6 months later, you're left thinking, where did that electricity go? I'm just not feeling it like I did in the very beginning. As a matter of fact, all of my past relationships in the very beginning were high octane. And what you often call chemistry is your attachment style being activated. It's the very beginning of the relationship, and you guys start texting each other every day, and then you talk for 2 hours. And the avoidant, in the very beginning, will accommodate that pace. But it usually only takes a few weeks for them to become flooded and start to pull away. And by then, you've already had several firsts together. Now you're confused, wondering, what happened? So, how do you know when it's time to break up? It's going to be different for everybody. And this is why it's important to know your goals, values, and standards for a relationship with you. And when you know your goals, values, and standards for a relationship with you, you'll also be able to tap into your boundaries. You have to ask yourself, in this relationship, am I in alignment with those things? Have I communicated my needs, wants, and desires to the other person? Did I also give them the opportunity to express theirs? And each one of you is going to have a different tolerance for someone else's bullshit. We might also say that as someone's emotional capacity to meet you where you are. But many of you are chronically resilient and you'll accept a lot. But they're a good person and they have a good heart. You just have to know who they are. Maybe, but you have to ask yourself, is this relationship costing you your peace? And you have to remember that all relationships are going to have their ups, downs, and lulls. And the magic happens when you learn to use the language of a shared mission and vision, that you're co-creating this life together. Relationships will trigger you, and you're meant to go through that so that you can become the most authentic version of you, so that you can move beyond what feels like a family curse. And when you're with someone that actively chooses you, they're self-aware, and they're willing to go into the shadows with you so you can both heal, you might want to consider keeping that one. Or don't. The choice is always yours. Protect your peace.